Hi friends, welcome to my channel, JB's Crochet. I'm Amber, and today it is Vlogtember the 16th. So, whew. Oh, I wish I could remember what that's called. The 16th, the 16th of the month is there's a poetic term. The Ides? Is it the Ides of March? The Ides of September? I don't know. Anyway, it's the middle of the month. We're already halfway through September already. Goodness gracious. Before we know it, it's gonna be Christmas, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do for Christmas on my channel. Because last year I made wiggly crochet hot pads and scrubbies for my Christmas gifts, so that's what I was gonna do this year, you know, and give my family another hot pad. And then this weekend, we had a lazy weekend this weekend because the next couple weeks are going to be busy. So we didn't really do a whole lot. Although I sat around and did a lot of crocheting. Started first thing after breakfast Saturday morning and worked till lunchtime and maybe... Oh, okay, I know what I did Saturday evening. Afternoon, actually, early afternoon, about after lunchtime. And then Sunday got up, went to church. Well, I went to Kim's Live at Fortunate Creations first for a little bit, and then Juan's Zoom meeting for a little bit, and then church. And then we came home, and I don't know what I did. Eventually we had lunch, and then it was just a lazy afternoon of, you know, just, yeah, not doing a whole lot. Sat around again. My husband had the race on, the NASCAR race on for a little bit. Then some football. Had some friends stop by for like 10 minutes. They dropped off some more of their canning produce stuff that they make, like cowboy candy. If you know what cowboy candy is, drop that in the comments down below and tell me what that is. I know what it is. I just want to see if you guys know what it is. They dropped off a fresh cantaloupe, freshly picked out of their garden, because my kids, one of my kids, I guess, yeah, well, not guess, my kids love fruit, and the friends that came by lived like 40 minutes away, and so when we go over to their house, you know, we eat their fresh produce all the time, and I guess somehow my middle child had asked them for fruit, their cantaloupe, when, you know, they started producing, and so they brought him the second one out of their garden because they had pulled the first one and ate it and absolutely loved it. And so they came in to get something from us, and so that's why they were even here, because, you know, it's a 40-minute drive. It's not one of those you just, you know, go on a whim. So anyway, I gotta figure out when to cut that up, because I don't want to cut it up too soon, and I don't want to wait too late, because, you know, it's cantaloupe, we gotta eat it while it's fresh and while it's good and sweet. And then, yeah, I made chili for dinner last night. We had ice cream instead of cinnamon rolls like we normally do here in the Midwest. I keep saying it's a Midwest thing, but I feel like a lot of people outside the Midwest do it as well. But something we have always done, at least in my family, is when we made chili, and I don't remember doing it in the South very much, because I feel like my Southern family are like, cinnamon rolls with chili? I get a lot of that from people that are like, cinnamon and chili, or cinnamon rolls and chili, what? It's not like you eat them together, like as one dish. You make it as a side dish, and so it becomes kind of like you have your dessert with your dinner instead of after dinner, you know? Although I usually eat up my chili and then my cinnamon roll. But a lot of people will eat the chili and the cinnamon roll at the same time. I guess it kind of maybe helps balance the spiciness of the chili. I'm not sure. I need to add some more ice to this because this is not fresh water anymore. It was filled up yesterday at some point, and so it's left over from yesterday, so it's not quite cold, but it's not hot. It's not warm water. It's still kind of cool, but it's not ice cold. I want ice cold. Okay, so I think I'm gonna save the cat's meow for last because I made a lot of progress on that since Thursday or Friday. I gotta refer back to my pages because I've actually been writing down on the road, next to the road, when I start it, or when I start up again. Let's see. The 13th was, oh yeah, that was Friday. Okay, so I started on Friday morning, or Friday afternoon at some point. And between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you know what I didn't do is write it down when I started on Saturday, or where I started on Saturday. I think I only had like 2 rows done on Friday, because I did like 10 rows. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think I only had 1 row, because I want to say I did like 10 rows. I know for sure I did at least 10. So 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, okay. Why am I even, oh, that's right, yeah, I did 25 rows, but I'll show you here in just a minute. So, I'm going to show you an update on my C2C that I'm working on. Sorry, I had to flip the handle over because these handles, they like to flip back over inside the bag, and so I take them and I try to flip the handle the other direction, and so that way maybe it wants to go down outside the bag. Okay, so you're not really gonna see a ton of difference on this. But I told you I would show you, weekly updates. So on the long side, I have gotten that far on decreasing because I have started to do 1 to 2 rows a day. And so it's going by a lot faster. And so last night, I actually did 2 last night because they're getting slightly shorter, but they're still long. They're just not taking, why do I only have, I cannot find the other strand of yarn. Oh, there it is. I found it. I'm like, there's nothing there, but yet, like, I don't see an end. It was like non-existent. It was so weird. Okay, I'm trying to get this so I'm not like, okay. Alright, so here is the short side decrease that I'm doing. So I'm going to say this on the video so that way maybe I have a reference point here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 rows in decreased on the short side. 8 rows decreased. I don't know if I want to write that down. I don't have my post-it notes over here for some reason. Huh. I don't know where they went. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Huh. I'm 16 rows on the long side. And I don't know why my blankets do this. Do you see this? Like, for some reason, my C2Cs at the corners, I know I'm holding it weird, but like you can see right here. It's, I don't know. It's just, I do the same thing every time. and I always get these wonky corners. Do you guys see that? Like, I know I'm holding it crooked and wonky, but like, doesn't matter. You can clearly see that corner. It's just, my corners always get wonky, and I don't know why. So, well, you can almost get the whole row in. Like, here is the one end here, over here back by my arm, and then the other end's right there. So that's 8 and 16 is what I have for my row. There it is, folded in half. So they will go a lot quicker as I get further along, and I should be done with this. I'm hoping maybe I'll be done with it. I'm really hoping people aren't up yet. Somebody was up at 3 something this morning and had their light on in their room. Like, something woke me up. I got up, I saw light, more light than I should have. And I went and I was like, he's got his lamp on, which doesn't put off, I mean, it puts off enough light to see in the room, but not a ton. But I went in there, and he was laying back on his back, asleep. Didn't act like he was awake, because he didn't see me in there. Didn't act like he knew I was in there. Makes me kind of wonder if he sleptwalked and turned it on, or it had been on a little longer than a few seconds, because from the time I was stirred awake to the time I turned it off was, you know, maybe 20 seconds at the most. Like, yeah, 10 seconds. I don't know. I got up. Did I go to the bathroom first and then turn the light off? I can't remember. I went potty. At the same time, I was like, well, I feel like I need to go anyway, so I got up and went. But I turned the light off, made sure his night lights were still going, and then came back in. Eventually, I went back to bed. And then I woke up at 6:30. And yeah, I was hoping, I was up at 6 when my husband was getting up to leave, and not zoned back off, but what's the word I'm looking for? Fell back asleep, I guess. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. To my alarm clock at 6:30. So, anyway, Saturday afternoon, I made a new flag for my garden flag out front. I had this flag on it, which is my my patriotic one with my little star fringe. I don't know. I think for my Christmas one, I'm gonna do one like stripey like this, because I don't like color changes. And so this one that I made for the fall, I came up with a pumpkin. I should have used a different brown. But I had camo, and I thought camo would look really cool. You know, as a fallish looking, but like my brown blends into it. The stem of my pumpkin blends in too much. Like, I should have went with a different shade of brown. But it's, you know, this is what it was. Okay, so like, I'm happy with it, but as one gave me the new motto with life, when it comes to crocheting, he has given me the motto of, it's for the house. So, you know, because it's not for somebody else, yeah. I wish I could do a tutorial for this, y'all, because it's really cool. I will share the graph that I made and followed. It all came from up here, just based off of, you know, graph cans and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know that I could do it justice with a tutorial, because I would screw it up somewhere, because the color changes and whatnot, like trying to follow this. As you can see, I had to fix my arrows. Like, as you're working a C2C, you're always working, at least for a right-handed, I'm working right to left. So, like, you have to remember, and I mean, I suppose if I put a stitch marker on it, that would help. And so I struggled the whole time with remembering, until I got to, like, the stem here, which I even drew it where it blends in. I literally just drew it on here, and then I went and got my kids' colored pencils and colored it in so I could kind of get a visual as I'm making it to know which color to use. So, like, I could share this, but even this is a very crude drawing. It's not, like, the best chart. So, I mean, for those that know how to do them, I could just share that. I just don't know that I could do a tutorial because, one, I wasn't consistent in my color changes, how I went about them, and then, like, trying to, you know, tell you, like, I think I messed up right here. I don't think I should have had an orange one right there. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be this way. I don't know. It just, maybe it's right. I don't know. It's for the house, so that's why it's like, I don't know how to help you guys. Like, oh, hey, look, it's a hair. I thought that was a spiderweb for a minute, because I did pull this from outside. I had to not so quietly open my front door, because when it opens, the little, what's it called? The little rubber piece on the bottom that seals it, the seal, as it comes open. So there's no opening that door quietly. But y'all, this flag, this red, white, and blue flag, this flag, American flag, patriotic flag, it's been out on that flagpole for 2.5 months already. Goodness gracious. And that pumpkin, so, like, you know, I could probably go toss this in the wash just to kind of, you know, freshen it up from being outside, but it looks, I don't see any, like, you know, spider remnants, or, you know, I don't really see a ton of dirt or anything on it that makes me go, ooh, that needs to be washed, you know? So, like, I think I'm just gonna store it away. Doesn't really have a smell to it either. My mom's blanket I did not work on over the last few days because I have hyper drive focused on my cat's meow. I am so close to being finished with that, y'all. Like, so close. I am done with page 2. Page 2 of my marking off. I have 4 total pages. Excuse me. Can't get my throat to clear. Alright, so page 1, all clear, all marked off. Page 2, all marked off. Page 3, that part marked off. So this page, the third page is actually broken down to where you can add eyes or not add eyes. I'm actually jumping down to here. I'm not doing the eyes. So I have that left on page 3 is just this right here. And then page 4 is barely half a page. So it's just that. I'm excited. I'm almost done with this thing. And y'all, it is not going to be the right size. I laid it out on my bed and it's like, whoops. Oh well. Some amazing staff member that works at the camp is going to be just as pleased with this blanket. So that makes me happy and all worthwhile. I'm actually going to take my knowledge of how I made this blanket and try and make my own pattern, so to speak. I am definitely gonna have to look into getting somebody to write patterns for me or something, because one, I don't really have the time to do it or the brain to wrap my head around how to go about doing it. I can read these all day long. Well, for the most part, I can read them. As long as they're clearly written and tested, I can follow patterns, you know, I can read patterns fairly well. However, writing them, I don't know, my brain, it's almost overload, sensory overload for me. And so like, just thinking about where to even start with writing one, I'm like, So that's why I like with the pattern with the pumpkin, I can show you guys the graph that I drew and share that with you guys, and you guys can make one for yourselves. I don't mind sharing that for people to have. But y'all, like, I wish I could remember. I think I know where I was at to show you. Okay, all right, so here is my cat's meow blanket. I'm going to show you with the string side because I don't want to twist this around. Look, it's the head and the tail. Like, I won't be able to show you this whole thing. It's getting too long. So I'm going to just try to show you the center here. So, when I last showed you, last Friday morning, I was... Hold on, I can't get this thing to sit straight. I was right here. So right here, this row where my finger is at to here is what I've done over the last 2 days. Let me hold it this way. So when I last showed you guys, I was around here, like the tip of this tail was just showing. So I got all the tail, and now the head is starting to appear. So, and it's just that, it's so cool. This reminds me of like, if I were to just go like this, it's a yarn version of, if it wasn't for that string right there, it's a yarn version of the snowy backgrounds, the, you know, TV snow, like the TV snows. If you know, you know. Isn't that a cool picture? TV snow, that's what it reminds me of, like a rainbow TV snow. So that's my cat's meow blanket. I probably will be hyper focused on this because it's literally within, like, it's under 30 rows. I want to say I have about as many rows as I put in over the last 2 days, which I probably will not be able to do that over the next week. I might be able to do that 20 something rows over the next week, because with, you know, a whole nother week of activities and getting school done and, you know, planning to be gone for a while, and yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 27 rows. 27. Okay, I'm at 27 rows. And that's where I was last night too. Even after, okay. I thought I was within 20 something when I told Marty and her channel, her live last night, that I was within 20 something. No, I was within 30 something. I am now under 30 and have 20 rows from 99 to 125 left. I'm excited, y'all. Like, it's so close. I probably will get just a handful done every day, depending, like, because like I said, I still have a whole life to do, and like activities, and just, yeah. I want to get to the post office box today, like, or not post office box, the postal service today, so I can, I gotta drop off a package to be shipped off with UPS, and then I need to go ship off some packages to some people, especially Miss Angela. If you're watching, I'm so sorry. I apologize profusely for being the worst shipper of all time to get your prize to you. I know it's not funny. It's frustrating. And it's a good thing, you know, you hadn't ordered it from me, because, yeah, I'd be super frustrated. I ordered something and I didn't get it. I would still be a little bit annoyed that I win something and it's taking forever to get. So, trust me, I profusely apologize for being so far behind. All right. I don't have any updates on anything else, because I didn't work on anything else. Like I said, I got 25 rows done on my cat's meow blanket over the last 2 days, and the pumpkin flag. So I'm gonna try and see if the YouTube will give me, you know, a good thumbnail. So that's why I wanted to grab this and see, even on here, like, see how my corner just kind of flops? And how when I hold it, you know, I get that the weight's pulling down on it, but it just, for some reason, my corner to corners, they get wonky corners. I don't know what I'm doing in the corners to make them do that. I can see it. You may not be able to see it, and that's fine, but it's for the house. Literally. Even my C2C for my kid, it's for him, who's gonna be in the house. So, all right, y'all, it's a beautiful day to be kind and positive, and go make something beautiful today, or work on getting some progress done on it. And congrats, Michelle, on getting that wedding blanket done. I think you got both done now, or you're close to being done with both, maybe? Oh wait, no, you got the second one to work on. So, you can do it. I know you can. All right, friends, we'll see you on the next video. Bye.